Step into a world of romance and mystery with Tamora Rose. Today we're diving into one of my favorite parts of the writing process, creating unforgettable characters. Not just characters who decorate the edges of a story, but the kind who breathe, ache, desire, and complicate everything in the most delicious ways. The kind of characters who sweep readers into candlelit rooms, haunted forests, or across centuries because they feel real. And the secret to writing characters with that kind of intensity? Well, sometimes those characters are already walking around in your everyday life. I spent the past week doing something that every writer eventually comes back to: searching for new people to bring into my stories. Dozens of novels in, you'd think I'd have an endless supply. But every author hits that moment where the cast in their imagination starts feeling a little too familiar. Not flat, not limp, but familiar. So I took myself on a mission, not through dusty archives or historical letters, but into the real world. Because the truth is, if you ever start to fear you're running out of characters, the simplest cure is this: step outside. Everywhere you go, people are quietly offering you entire novels. The young couple softly arguing in the grocery store aisle. Are they star-crossed lovers on the brink of betrayal? The elderly man in the park, tossing bread to the birds. What heartbreak shaped the tenderness in his hands? The woman at the checkout with the wild red scarf and the storm in her eyes. What curse is she hiding? And what does she secretly long for? Even in the smallest town, there are worlds within every glance, every gesture, every nervous fidget. The human heart is dramatic and chaotic and beautiful, and half the time unintentionally hilarious. People are strange, wonderfully strange, which makes them perfect raw materials for fiction. That's exactly what I found when I took my little notebook with me this week. I watched friends. I watched family. I watched strangers at the grocery store. I even watched parents at the sledding hill as my kids hurled themselves down icy slopes like joyful little chaos sprites. If anyone noticed me scribbling in a notebook, they probably thought I was doing taxes or plotting world domination, depending on their bent. But really, I was studying. Observing, collecting details like a magpie collects shiny things. And let me tell you, truth is always stranger than fiction. Some of the quirks I saw were so peculiar, so earnest, so unintentionally dramatic, that even I thought, if I put this in a novel, no one's going to believe me. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Because the spark that makes a character unforgettable isn't perfection. It's humanity. All those oddities and contradictions and tiny irrational behaviors, those are the seeds of depth. That's what turns a flat outline into someone readers love to fall in love with. When we borrow from real life, we're not copying a whole person. We're distilling them. We're taking a gesture here, a laugh there, a way of speaking, a flaw, a secret softness, and shaping it into something new. Maybe the man in line ahead of you becomes the grumpy sea captain who secretly writes love letters that he'll never send. Maybe the woman who always returns her shopping cart with military precision becomes the disciplined governess harboring a forbidden desire. Maybe the friend who always loses her keys becomes the witch whose magic falters at the most inconvenient times. These aren't carbon copies. They're inspirations, echoes, foundations. And when you place these inspired characters into fictional situations, something magical happens. They reveal who they are. Give them a conflict. Give them something to desire. Give them a setting dripping with atmosphere. Fog rolling across the moor, moonlight on stone floors, the velvet hush of a ballroom. Watch them unfold. Before you know it, you won't have just enough characters, you'll have far too many. You'll be trying to tuck them into folders and notebooks and digital files, because once you start noticing the richness around you, you realize the world is overflowing with potential protagonists, antagonists, side characters, lovers, rivals, ghosts. That's what happened to me this week. I ended up with more character sparks than I could possibly write into any single story, so some of them are now resting peacefully in my filing cabinet, waiting for the right book to bring them to life. But here's the best part. Once you start doing this, you never run dry again. There's no such thing as running out of characters, not when the world is full of living, breathing inspiration. So here's my encouragement for you. The next time you're crafting a new romantic lead or a new villainous noble, or even a mysterious stranger with a shadowed past, step away from the keyboard. Step into the real world. Watch the people around you. Listen to how they move and how they speak, how they argue, how they laugh. Let them spark your imagination. And then, and this is important, change their names. Please change their names. No one needs to realize they've been transformed into a smoldering duke or a tormented vampire lord. Change their names. Writing characters isn't about copying reality. It's about transforming it into something heightened, meaningful, emotionally charged, and in romance especially, whether historical or paranormal, gothic, or all three rolled in together, the heart of the story is the people. Their wounds, their longings, their desire to be seen. And the more real those characters feel, the deeper your readers will fall for them. That's it for today. Tell me the strangest real-life quirk you've ever turned into a character. Until we meet again, may your days be filled with passion and just a touch of magic.